Hi, I'm a guy who makes YouTube videos, and if you ask me, is it hard to make YouTube videos? I would say, yeah, a little bit. I am pretty lazy. I have a full-time job, and I still manage to pop out videos semi-regularly, so it's not too hard. But there are a lot of things that go into making a video. First of all, you need to think of a video idea, like something interesting to you and to other people, and also at the same time something you can meaningfully talk about for a few minutes at least. Then you need to do some research and come up with a script or at least a plan for your video. Next thing is, of course, to set up your equipment and actually record yourself. After that, you need to edit your video, and this is probably the most time-consuming step because you need to cut out all of your poses, all of the bad takes, or just parts of the video that you feel like are not as good. Also, add some other media like screenshots to illustrate your points. Finally, you upload your video to YouTube. But this is not the end, because you still need to come up with a good, catchy title. You need to create a good thumbnail that people would want to click on. Then you need to come up with a description that should be reasonably funny, describe the video, and at the same time contain all of the necessary keywords so that people who search for a certain topic would find your video. Then you need to also add some tags to your video, again, so that people who are interested in certain topics would find your video using YouTube algorithm that takes tags into account. That's a lot of steps, and while not every single creator needs to go through all of them, I would assume daily vlogs or let's plays do not need a lot of scripting or coming up with new ideas. You still need to go through most of them. And I think any creator would appreciate some help. Well, good news is there are tools that can help you manage all that and more. So today I'm going to talk about VidIQ. If you are already a creator or if you are interested in becoming one and did some research, you probably know what VidIQ is. It's basically a service that helps YouTubers to navigate the whole YouTube thing. They really have a lot of features, and in today's video we are going to briefly go over them. I will share my experiences with these features and my opinion on how useful they are. Let's jump right in. So VidIQ has a few tiers of subscription. The basic one is free, then you have 3 paid tiers. The Pro plan with a slightly expanded set of features, the Boost plan with even more features mostly related to search engine optimization, and the most expensive plan, which has everything the Boost plan has, plus individual coaching. So I used the free plan for a while, but then I decided what's a few dollars per month if it's going to help my dream of becoming a YouTuber, right? I waited for a sale and purchased the Boost plan, because the most expensive plan had one-on-one coaching, and that would require me to talk to people, and that is very scary. Thankfully, the Boost plan has everything except the scary part, and after a couple of months of using it, I feel like I can meaningfully comment on most of the features that they list on their website. So let's look at the list itself. The first feature is daily ideas, and it's supposed to generate you from 3 to 50 daily video ideas, depending on your subscription tier. If you think this feature is useless because your head is full of video ideas, then you might be right. At least at the very beginning of your YouTuber career, your speed of generating new ideas for videos will greatly outpace your ability to create videos themselves. But it still might be useful. For example, if you're insecure like me and you think, what if my video idea is bad? What if people don't want to watch it? So you just use the idea suggested by a robot, and if no one watches the video, it will be the robot's fault for coming up with a stupid idea, and not yours. You might also think that 3 to 50 video ideas a day is way too much. And yes, that's true. I mean, no single person can create 3 videos per day by themselves, much less 50. But the amount of ideas they throw at you might be a subtle hint on the idea's quality, like there probably are just a few decent ideas in this list of 50, but maybe not. Let's take a look at the ideas themselves. Oh, nice, they even rank them on the amount of views the ideas are supposed to generate, and that ranges from very high to medium. I don't know why they bother to include any ideas that are not going to have a very high amount of views, but probably it's for the people who are afraid that they will be blown away by their rapid YouTube success and want to take things slow and steady, or medium and steady in this case. So let's read some of the ideas that they gave us. And the first one is how to be an incel video essay. Okay, the topic of incels is very complex and interesting, and I will probably make a video about them at some point, but I don't think I'll ever title my video How to be an incel, because nobody needs or wants a manual on how to be an incel. I don't think it's something that you choose to do and then need a manual to do it properly. Let's move further down the list. The second idea is Drake has changed, but not for the better. Maturing versus aging video essay. #Drake. I know nothing about Drake except that he's a rapper, I think. So probably I'm not going to make this particular video. The next one is trying lo-fi ASMR. Neighborhood gossip. What? I'm not an ASMR channel. I mean, my channel is not too specific, and I'm in fact still figuring out what kind of channel I want to be, but probably not ASMR. So immediately we can see that these ideas are not that personalized. However, not all the ideas are bad. Some of them are topics I might want to make a video about, like reacting to cringe stuff or exploring some interesting internet phenomena. So that's all good, but I can't help but notice that some of the video ideas personalized for me sound weirdly specific. For example, which video should I make? TikTok on the cost of living, rant on inflation, everyone is broke and tired, episode 13, or TikTok on the cost of living, rant on inflation, everyone is broke and tired, episode 18. So what happens here is, apparently this list is not generated by AI. These are actual video titles of videos that already exist, and they're not even hiding it. If we click on the ideas, they will show you what videos they took the name from. It's not necessarily bad. I mean, a lot of people can make different videos titled the same way, like the cringiest ad I've seen on YouTube, or something like that. But the least their AI can do is to filter more general ideas from the more specific ideas that include like episode number or even channel name. Overall, I think this feature is okay. It's not super useful, but it can help you to break through your creative block or maybe expand your content range. The only problem is it doesn't appear to generate anything unique and original. It can only give you the video titles that other people already came up with. And you don't need this feature for that. You can just go to the trending page and scroll and see what kind of video topics are trending. And then if you want, make a video titled the same way. The second feature is VidIQ keyword engine, and it suggests you keywords to SEO optimize your title and description so that video is shown to more people. I do not have a very large video dataset that I can draw some definite conclusions from, but my by far most popular video has decent ratings with regards to SEO, and my less popular videos have poor ratings, so it's probably working. The third feature is competitor tracking. You can add from 3 to 20 channels as your competitors and see what videos performed well for them and why. Honestly, in practice, it's kinda useless. It just shows you the most recent videos of these creators that you added, and it doesn't really tell you why some videos performed better than others. So why would I use this feature if I can just go to their channels and look at the videos that they made and see how much views they have? Also, I feel weird adding like big channels with millions of subscribers or even with thousands of subscribers. I am way out of their league. However, if you are a small creator who makes comedy videos like me, then you can leave a comment and we can add each other as competitors. Or we can sidestep this feature and just subscribe to each other, watch each other's videos, maybe even collab at some point. I would be very happy to do that. The fourth feature is trend alerts, and again, this sounds vaguely useful, but it's not in practice. I assume that it will alert you of some new trends and you can rush and make a video based on that trend, and this video will blow up because it's trendy. But it's not what this feature is about. It's actually the other way around. You type in some keywords and then it will alert you if these keywords are trending. I don't know how to use it except for adding your own channel's name to this, and then you will get an alert if someone makes a video about you. The cringiest channel on YouTube or something like that. I hope nobody does that with my channel. The fifth feature is support. You can contact VidIQ customer success team via email or chat. I didn't try to do that, and I'm not sure, is it just technical support? Like some of the VidIQ features are not working properly or something like that? Or judging by the name customer success team, maybe they can give you some tips and advice on how to be a successful YouTuber. Probably the former, but this is like a bare minimum feature, right? Any website, any service must have technical support. The final feature they list is the Academy. And while I didn't watch a lot of the lessons that they provide, it is pretty useful. It's a video series with helpful advice for beginning YouTubers, like how to set up your recording space or how to make money from YouTube and stuff like that. Some of the videos are free. I think most of these videos can be also found for free just on YouTube, but I can't say anything bad about this feature. So, besides the website itself, VidIQ also provides a browser plugin. Let's quickly look at it too. The first feature here is Video Scorecard, and it attempts to explain how SEO optimized your videos are. I don't know about this one. It looks useful, but when I opened the last video that Curtis Connor made, which has a lot of views, which is more popular than his average videos, it has 0 SEO score, so I don't know, maybe there are some errors in their calculations here. The second feature is Live Stats Bar, which is a tiny bar at the top right corner of your browser window that tells you the most basic stats of your channel. It is okay, it's not super necessary. You can just go to your channel and see how many views you have. The third feature is Keyword Research Tool. It helps you to see what keywords people use and what kinds of videos you can find using different search terms, so that you can push the best fitting keywords into your description and title. This is probably useful. I do not use it for some reason. That's probably why I just have 30 subscribers. The fourth feature is Most Viewed Videos, which is basically a flexible search tool that helps you to find videos based on some criteria like topic, keywords, and stuff like that. Again, this might be useful, for example, if you want to check which videos your video will appear next to based on keywords and the category, but I didn't use it much. The fifth feature they list is top tweets for videos, and I cannot find it anywhere. They might have removed it because Twitter changed their API or something, or maybe I'm just stupid and cannot find it. But in any case, this is probably for the best. Twitter is a pretty dark place right now. The next feature is top trending videos, which is self-explanatory. Then we have SEO title and description recommendations. And this might be very useful if you don't want to screw up doing it manually. You can just generate title and description based on some keywords. I don't feel comfortable using it, mostly because I like to use my own creativity to come up with titles and descriptions, and also their AI generated stuff is kind of cringe. But on the other hand, it doesn't matter how non-cringe your title and descriptions are if nobody watches your video and nobody reads them. So if this SEO optimized stuff will catapult you to success, then it's probably a good idea to use it, at least at the beginning of your career. Then we have tag recommendations, and I'm not sure about this one as well. First of all, nobody seems to have a definite answer to the question, do tags matter? A lot of people say that they do not actually matter, and a lot of popular YouTubers, again like Curtis, just do not add any tags at all. But some people say that the tags do push your video, at least they make it appear next to other videos with similar tags, so it's probably useful. However, the problem with this feature that I experienced is that the tags they suggest are just completely off. For example, my Millionaire Books review video apparently would benefit from such tags as Call of Duty Warzone, Warzone PS5 gameplay, and Warzone 2. Just why? The video has nothing to do with Call of Duty, and my channel, in fact, it has nothing to do with gaming. So maybe they just suggest insert popular tags into our video. It doesn't matter that they are irrelevant. Your video will be shown to a lot of people because of the tags, and maybe some of them will like it. I don't like that approach, honestly, so I would probably pass on this feature. Another feature only available for the 2 top tier subscriptions for some reason is thumbnail preview, which is pretty self-explanatory. Then we have compare views feature, pretty small but informative. It compares views history for this video to the average for the channel. And it's free, so it's pretty good. Finally, we have keyword research tool, which is a feature we already talked about a couple of minutes ago. They probably felt so proud that they included it twice. There is also a couple of other features. One that I think is pretty cool is suggestion of the best time to post your videos based on your subscribers' activity. So that's all well and good, but they didn't list their funniest feature for some reason, which is the AI content generator. Remember all the boring steps that you need to go through in order to make a video? Well, apparently you don't have to do this anymore, because you can simply open VidIQ, grab one of their video ideas, suggestions, and paste it into the AI video generator. And then the robot will create the video for you. Let's actually try it. Let's grab the top video idea for me and paste it into the machine. The top idea is how to be an incel, a video essay. Let's see what kind of video AI will come up with. Okay, it's generating. Title: Understanding Incels, a deep dive into the involuntary celibate community. Okay, that makes sense. Then we have a description, the keywords, the thumbnail backgrounds, and the video script. And they also generated a voiceover, which is pretty cool. The only thing they didn't generate is the video itself, but you can just use the voiceover and then paste some random, maybe also AI-generated images vaguely related to what the video is saying. Also, this video is just 2 minutes long. That might actually be a good thing for me, because my videos tend to drag on for too long. So it's nice to see that at least the robot considers 2 minutes perfect length for a video essay. The description is almost as long as the video script itself, and the script is nothing special, but you cannot really expect a lot from a 2-minute video. So you can generate your video idea using VidIQ, then you can generate your voiceover, the tags, the description, and the thumbnail. And then you can just upload all of that to YouTube, and you're all set. What are my thoughts on this feature? 10 out of 10. I used to post videos once every couple of weeks, but now I can generate 50 videos every single day, and they all are going to gather at least a medium amount of views. My regular, stupid human-generated videos usually attract a very low amount of views. So this is revolutionary. I'm going to become rich so fast. Or maybe not. First of all, AI-generated content is ethically questionable, because the AI models were trained on a ton of work of actual creators, and almost none of them gave their consent. If you don't think that's a big deal, then consider this. Posting AI-generated content as your own is just not that satisfying. I enjoy creative process. I like to come up with idea and write the script, write all the jokes, and then I enjoy the fact that people laugh at my own jokes, or that my own observations make them think. While I appreciate help from the technology, I definitely do not want to become just a middleman between a robot and my viewers, whose only job is to press the generate button and upload button. That would be very sad. But if you don't care about that, if you just want to become a popular creator without much effort, then consider this. AI-generated content is just not good. I mean, it's certainly impressive from the technical point of view that a robot can just come up with a sensible text or a nice-looking image, or it can sound almost like a real person. But it's still not as good as talented people, and it shows. The AI-generated text is bland, and its observations are usually very shallow. The AI-generated images have this weird glossy quality, and the AI-generated voices usually sound bland and unemotional. Yes, AI is pretty close to be able to produce stuff that humans can do, and it's definitely much faster at that than humans are, but it's still not as good. And over the last year or so, we have become used to AI-generated content. It does not excite us anymore. I remember like a year ago, there were YouTube channels which only posted like slideshows of AI-generated art, because it was so cool back then. Like, a robot can draw a real illustration based on some crazy prompt and it will look cool, right? Well, it doesn't look cool to us anymore. Nobody cares about AI art, because we've seen the AI-generated images 1,000 times, and most of the people can recognize AI-generated content, and they do not like it. In practice, a lot of people try to utilize AI to become rich, but nothing much came out of it. There are no successful AI artists, there are no decent books or movies solidly created using AI. You might think that the technology is still in its infancy, it's going to be much better in a few years. And you might be right, you might be wrong, because current AI models basically read most of the internet by now. But for now, the AI-generated content is just below mediocre, at least in the creative fields, and not in cases when you need some boring copy, for example. But if you do not care about that also, if you do not care that your videos are not good and you just want to make a quick buck by spitting out a lot of YouTube channels, filling them with AI-generated videos and collecting your paycheck, well, you cannot do that anymore, because YouTube is flagging AI-generated videos now and demonetizing them. And actually most of the other big platforms by now have developed some safety features to stop the flood of AI-generated content, like Amazon is cracking down on AI-generated books. So at least for now, before some new major developments in the AI field are achieved, the window of opportunity for just spamming everyone with AI-generated content and making a lot of money off it has basically passed. Alright, I think it's time to wrap this video up. In conclusion, VidIQ is a pretty decent service, but its paid features are not strictly necessary, so don't feel pressured to pay for higher tier subscription. And also, it's not really possible to be a YouTuber without any effort. If you want your content, which you created with the help of AI, to be actually good and popular, you'll still need to put some effort in it. So I think that's it. Thank you everyone for watching, and if you liked the video, please feel free to subscribe to me and maybe leave a comment to tell me what you think, and I will see you guys next time. Bye bye.